Hello again. With 150 events over 5 days at different venues in the city of Cape Town, the 4th edition of the Open Book Festival promises book lovers 5 days of literature heaven. This event is being held from tomorrow and will feature both South African as well as international writers. The program will also include a tribute to the late great Nadine Gordimer. To tell us more, we're now joined by Mervyn Sloman, Open Book Festival Director. He's live from our Cape Town studios. Very good morning to you. Thank you so much for your time.
Thanks so much for having me, and good morning to you and your listeners.
4th edition of the Open Book Festival, correct me if I'm wrong. How popular is it now and how has it grown?
It's grown tremendously every year. We've sort of set a target of about 12,000 people through the door this year for the 5 days. And in terms of the way ticket sales are going at the moment, I'm pretty confident that we're going to reach that.
It's been held in, I believe, 5 venues around Cape Town. In my intro, I mentioned 150 events as part of the program. Just take us through part of those events.
That's right. The hub of the festival is the Fugard Theatre, and then we do a number of events at the Book Lounge as well, just up the road from the Fugard. We also use the Homecoming Centre, which is next door to the Fugard, and Central Library. So all the events are kind of within walking distance from each other. The events range from book launches, panel discussions between different writers who have things in common in their work, a lot of discussions about issues in our country at the moment, around state of the media, state of the nation, all that kind of stuff. And then we've got a segment of programming called Poetica, which is 2 full days of poetry and spoken word events curated by a fantastic spoken word artist called Tony Stewart. And there's also 2 days worth of a Comics Fest program, which is a sort of a showcase for a lot of talented comic artists in South Africa producing amazing graphic novels.
Tell us about your objective for this event, your target market. What do you hope to achieve?
The festival has a number of goals, one of which is to produce a truly international literary festival in Cape Town. And obviously what that speaks to is the number of international writers who we attract to come to the festival every year. This year we've got authors from all around the world, from Australia, Japan, China, Germany, France, Holland, the States, UK, etc., Nigeria, Kenya. So I think on that level we have been very, very successful in terms of carving a space on the international festival scene. A second very, very important thing to us is about promoting South African authors to an international audience. I think the quality of books that are coming out of the South African industry is incredibly exciting. It's just improving every year, and we've got a number of wonderful, wonderful South African writers who it is an absolute privilege to be able to showcase their work. You know, ranging from more established writers, people like Zakes Mda, Andre Brink, Damon Galgut, through to young and upcoming writers, people who some who people may not recognize, but who will be absolutely enthralled by their work.
Let's talk a little bit more about the scene in South Africa when it comes to literature. How are we doing locally to cultivate a culture of grooming and shaping young writers?
I think everybody involved in the book world, from authors to publishers to booksellers like ourselves to festivals, need to do as much as they can to build a new generation of readers. I think that one of the challenges in this is that our kids, younger people growing up now, are growing up in a completely different world, certainly to the world in which I grew up in the sense that they're constantly connected, they're online, whether it's through social media or the internet or email, and people's attention spans are a lot shorter as a result of that. So one of the challenges is about, I think, spreading the love and importance of actually sitting with a book and reading through it. That's something that obviously I believe very strongly in, and we've had a tremendous response to that. But I think that it is an ongoing challenge, but I'm certainly not one of those people who feels that you know, the book is dying or any nonsense like that. That's not going to happen anytime soon.
I'm one of those people who actually also want to feel the tangible book. I know some prefer Kindle and other ways of reading. I actually want to feel the pages through my fingers. I think there's something soothing about that.
Absolutely. And some people also get a thrill out of smelling a new book. They come into our shop and pick up the books, and there's something amazing about the smell of a brand new book, which touches people as well.
Yeah, indeed. Let's speak also about, in the intro I called her the late, great Nadine Gordimer and the work that she's done in this particular field. You're going to be paying tribute to her. How are you going to do that?
Karina Sturek, who is one of the writers who is appearing at the festival, has curated a tribute to Nadine Gordimer, which will happen on Thursday afternoon. And she's invited a number of other writers who have been touched and influenced by her work, as of course many have, to read a sort of favourite passage of theirs from one of Nadine's novels, and to talk a little bit about her impact on them as writers and as human beings.
And now I also just managed to find out a little bit of some of the work that you did over and above the actual festival, of going into schools and going to teach the young children about the importance of reading, the importance of educating themselves, literacy, etc. Tell us a bit about some of that, I don't know if I can call it corporate social development or some of that social upliftment initiatives that you've done.
The hub of the festival, as I said earlier, is for the 5 days, which starts tomorrow. But we do a lot of work, a lot of other work related to the festival during the year, and the kinds of things that you're referring to fall into that category. Each year we put a library together for a school which doesn't have a library, and unfortunately there are many schools which fall into that category. And we do that thanks to wonderful support from publishers and our customers in the book trade. We also run mentoring schemes where we try and help young kids who are interested in writing to hone their skills, and do a lot of that kind of work with schools and libraries, and just to do whatever we can to make a little bit of a difference there.
Okay, now I do understand that you're going to be giving away some tickets, but before you do that, because there's only a select few who can receive the freebies, the rest of us who want to take part in the festival, how do we do that?
The website is openbookfestival.co.za. And just to briefly mention some of the sort of really big names, authors who are coming to the festival. Raymond E. Feist, who is an absolute legend of international fantasy writing. Wilbur Smith, who has sold 120 million copies of his books worldwide. Zelda Lugransi, Tim Noakes, and a bunch of other fantastic international and South African writers. Any tickets, people can see the program on the website, as I said, and any ticket inquiries or any other questions about the festival, people can send an email to openbooktickets@gmail.com.
Openbooktickets@gmail.com. That website address is?
www.openbookfestival.co.za.
Okay, www.openbookfestival.co.za. Okay, now the favorite part of the show. I understand there's some freebies.
Yes.
Yes, do tell.
Yes, I've... tomorrow afternoon, the first afternoon of the festival, we have an event called Tech Savvy Parenting. It's happening at 4 o'clock. It's a discussion of a book called Tech Savvy Parenting, amazingly enough. And the book has been done by Arthur Goldstock and Nikki Bush. And it is designed exactly for people like me who have kids. My daughters are 12 twin daughters are 12 years old, who are beginning to engage with the worlds of social media. And who come to me for advice, and I have no idea what to tell them. I don't know whether it's okay for them to be on Facebook, or if Instagram is fine, or what settings to do. And Arthur and Nikki are going to be explaining, through talking about their book, everything that people like me need to understand to be able to be good parents to teenagers in this world. I've got 10 tickets to give away to that event, which is at 4 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. So the first 10 people who send an email to openbooktickets@gmail.com, I will issue free tickets for you and get back to you in the course of the day.
Fantastic. So send your email to openbooktickets@gmail.com. If you send that email like quickly, as in yesterday, you can stand a chance to win one of 10 tickets. So make sure that you do it pronto, quick, now. And then very quickly, where are we, where do the various events of the festivities take place?
The majority of the events are at the Fugard. There are 4 different spaces in the Fugard Theatre. And then, as I said earlier, we do quite a lot of free events at the Book Lounge, which is my shop just up the road from the Fugard, and a couple of other spaces nearby. This is the program. There are programs, you can't see it there. There are programs available at the Book Lounge, and details all the venues and events and stuff like that in it. Most of the events are 40 Rand a ticket, so they are not expensive. And I can tell you that they will be absolutely wonderful. But of course I would say that.
Of course you would, being the director. But thank you so much for the freebies. openbooktickets@gmail.com. That's the email address that you can send an email to get one of 10 tickets to the festivities there. Only if you're in the mother city. Sorry for you if you're in other parts of South Africa. Unless, of course, you can make your way to Cape Town. Thank you so much to Mervyn Sloman, Open Book Festival Director, coming to us live from our Cape Town studios. That website, if you want more detail, www.openbookfestival.co.za. Quick ad break. Morning Live continues.